Today I'm doing a little section of side yard, backyard of an old house. It was built probably around, I'm thinking this house was built probably around 1910, somewhere around there. Backs up to a trailer park. Be interesting. First thing to dig up today is a penny. And it looks to be a Wheatie, but I can't really tell the year. I mean, the soil here hasn't been kind. 1920, and I can't see the last number, but it almost looks like a 9. It's 1920 something. So that's pretty good. Let me keep digging. The next item in the hole looks like to be a dog tag, I think. The Human Society, Rochester, New York. Call, whoa, that's an old one. It's not even a real phone number, so it's real interesting. I mean, it was a real phone number, but they don't use GH and letters and stuff. This is back in the day when you had to call the operator. Wow, that's a pretty beautiful piece right there. Very happy to own that. I think I'm going to have to go back and get the 6-inch, because this yard, I'm going through it real quick, and I can tell there's other stuff in the soil that this 11 is just too big for. There's way too much crap in this ground. So I'm going to finish up this little spot here and then probably rework it with a 6. Sure won't take long. The next relic, I would believe this is an old lantern part. Yep. She's pretty. I've been getting a lot of fancy ones lately. There was not a larger lamp. You could tell the wick was kind of small that was in this, but still nice. I'm next to a road, so I don't know how much noise. I might have to start shouting because the noise here is extreme. Really on a busy corner, so I'm going to keep digging and see what else I can find in this place. I'm not sure what this is. Kind of looks like a tongue off a boot, but it's made out of copper. I don't have any water or anything with me to really clean this up, so I'm not sure what it is. Could be old, I don't know. I'll save it, clean up later. Anything good, we'll talk about it. Next item is an old van. That's all that was left of it. Kind of sad, almost like the 18 van. Little window in the back. It's kind of cool, but that's all that's left of it. Now this yard, I started working with a 6. I haven't yielded much but some clad, but it is pulling some other stuff out. Next relic I found is a cut up piece of lead. It's pretty heavy, pretty chunky and thick, and this is not my first piece. I actually found a lot more lead here, so there's a lot of that in the ground. A lot of lead, a lot of iron, a lot of nails. But I have this much over here to do. I'll work this little side here where the driveway used to be, probably on the side of the house around the front, and then I'm out of here. Alright, before I clean this one up, I'll do it semi-live. I think it's a pin. I think. Uh-oh. Live Bazinga. What is this thing? Oh, man. That's kind of nasty. Oh, you know what this is? This is a part of a cell phone or something. That's the electronics right there. I should have recognized that. All the boogers on here to cover it up. It's like a resistor right there. Now right there looks like a Zener diode. Alright, I didn't find nothing good. Alright, I got out of that one house. I didn't yield very much. I'm pretty sure someone detected it. I could barely find any coins. But I did find a couple good relics, which is nice. I traveled about 35 minutes south, and you can see the nice big hills over there. I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is God's country right here. I'm on an old railroad path that the tracks have been pulled long ago. I believe it was a double track system. One here, and there was another one over there. That one's all overgrown. You can see where it goes up and down, and stuff's been deposited over the years. But I'm going to a place where there's two houses in the middle of nowhere. They have big old X's on them. They're about to be demoed. So I'm going to go in there. I believe it's the town's property, and see what I can pull out of there. Hopefully no one else detected, but I'm way out. Way south. So chances are good that no one else has been there. I'll be back. I'm on the old railroad bed still. Look at this craziness. It is so neat looking. Look how perfectly round they made that. It cut right into the what would they be called? It's not granite, it's whatever chalkboards are made out of. Slate. Yeah, they cut right out of the slate. Comes across over here. Man, look at that. I sure wouldn't want to be over there. I'm getting close to the old house. This guy probably got a quarter-mile walk. Kind of neat. A lot of history around here. So I made it to the houses, and I did around that house over there, and there was a lot of like gutter work and maybe the flashing from the roof falling apart, blowing into the you know, the surrounding area. But there's beer cans and oh god, it's bad. So I decided to work around this old garage slash barn, and you can see one side of it was built out of cobblestone, the other side must have fell apart, and then they used red brick. It goes back fairly deep. I haven't really looked inside of it, but I don't know. So I'm scanning this area, and I have not hit that house yet. So I'm scanning this area, and I end up finding a really old nail. Nothing really special. I haven't even found a penny here. I'm pretty sure this place has been detected before, because there's really let's see, I pulled this thing out. It's a big old brass storm drain cap, a modern day lipstick, gutter piece. Oh, that's another thing. Some of the gutter stuff is coming off. That's about it so far. So I'm sure this place has been detected. It's clean, so I'm going to places where I would think the other guys who have not have gone to. If you look way out in the distance over here, you'll see a big tree. Look at how big them trees are compared to the other ones. That tree there has to be 300 years old. Look at that monster. And it's got a brother a little further down there. Now I have a 6 with me. I don't have my 11 with me, or I would walk these fields a little bit, because God knows how old these houses are. And there's probably some beautiful stuff in the field. All right, let me keep swinging. All right, I found some silver. I'm behind the old house. I believe it's a quarter. 1927 quarter. I don't think I've ever seen one like this before. It must have been like a I've seen these before. I just don't remember what they're called. But yeah, it's basically a quarter. That's pretty cool. I'm right behind this old house. You could tell people have been breaking in over the years. You can see the laundry pole. Boy, that's a big old tree. Bunch of them over here, kind of like there's a fence line here. I decided to work in this area here, see if like maybe kids played in here, maybe someone hunted or whatever, but I don't know. So what I'll probably end up doing is going further this way and try to clean this area up and see what I can find. I'll be back. I just dug this up. I think it goes off every so often. It's a pain in the neck. It looks to be an old gauge of some sort. Can't really. I can see the Syracuse, New York. I don't know what the rest of it says, but that's interesting. I didn't move far from the silver quarter. Just working a little bit more that way, and then I'll make the next pass. But it seems like there's more targets over here. Whoever metal detected up there, looks like they didn't come this way, so maybe I'll get lucky and find some more stuff. Well, I hit a dry patch. There's almost nothing over here. It's kind of low, the area, it's kind of wet. There's this big old thing over here. Looks like a mouth just throwing up. I mean, that water's moving. Ain't no joke right there. I could probably get across there, but if there's nothing here, I doubt there's going to be anything over there. But I didn't really grid this, so I'm going to grid it and then work next to the house again, see if I can find anything there. So far, nothing. Last thing I found was like a PSI gauge thing. It's got to be more here. There has to be something here still that someone missed. They couldn't have grabbed it all. I did as much as I could. This place is real junky. A lot of metal all over the place. I did find a couple clad coins, but for the age of the house and what it started out to be, it should have had you know, the usual Tootsie toys, maybe the harmonica reed, a sleigh bell. There was really not much of anything. Not that it could really swing a lot due to the amount of raspberry bushes. I mean, the pricker bushes were deep, real deep, nasty. Some of them were over my head. So did I get everything? Did I swing in every inch of it? No. Do I think I missed anything? Maybe. But whoever was here long ago and metal detected this place did a good job. They missed a couple things, but when this place gets knocked down, which will be fairly soon, I'll show you the inside. The door was open, so I did a little peek through, and it'll be a remembrance piece of when this place stood. But it stands now, but not for long. It's really bad. It's full of ice inside. The video will probably come out real dark. I didn't have the proper lighting for it, but I wasn't able to go in the other house. The other house is locked up. The other house would probably be really impressive because there's no holes in the roof and a lot of old wood trim. It was a beautiful house that was built probably around the 1920s, maybe a little earlier. But yeah, it's sad to see him go like this. And I found out what the property was. I kind of had a clue when I came to it, but I definitely have an idea what it was after going inside. So I don't know how long it's going to take them to tear this down, but when they do, I'll show the video, and it's kind of interesting, very creepy too. All right, it's starting to rain. I'm going to just do a little swing around in this field here and walk back towards the truck, and I'll see you in the wrap up. The wrap up to today's video. Ended up getting some kind of really old, thick, rosehead type nail fastener. A Pressurize gauge made in Syracuse, New York. One of the buildings, I believe, was running on steam, so that's what this probably came from. Probably from the 60s or 70s, maybe earlier, I'm not sure.
You've got mail.
Lantern piece. It's kind of nice. Very interesting looking. Unknown piece of metal. It's definitely old vintage. Same with this. It has no markings on it. I'm not sure what that is. Probably going in the scrap pile. And I'm finding this thing. There's some brass look to it. Maybe it's some gold gilt. I'm not sure what it went to. Obviously a penny. I'm not sure what this is. I didn't show this in a video. I'm not sure what that thing is. Part of an old Tootsie. Ended up finding a quarter from 1927. It didn't clean up all that great. It was definitely deteriorating in the ground. Looks like an M right there. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's a mint mark of some sort? I don't think so. I don't know. And the prize of the day, I think, is this right here, the Humane Society from Rochester, New York. This here would have came from the 1950s, probably the mid-1950s. See the call number here? It's a GR.3- I think that's 8256. And that was before telephone numbers. You would call an operator, give them that sequence right there, and they would hook you up to the Humane Society. Pretty cool tag. So that'll definitely go in the tag container. This is the first type of quarter that I ever got that looked like this. So that'll go in a shadow box. It's kind of neat looking. So that's this week's hunt. Oh, I forgot. This is a 1923 wheat penny. This is my first 1923 that I have gotten. So in here, that will go there. So then I gotta look for the S. So that's a good find. Add to the wheat collection. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And for you non-subscribers, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.